write the programs for the space program, starting with the first one, Vanguard. And I was in New York at the time, but my boss at IBM was transferred back to Washington, and I came back to Washington with him to the IBM Space Computer Center. And so for 4 years, I worked with NASA writing programs for the space exploration. So I've really had a wonderful experience in industry, private industry, government. In government, I was at the National Bureau of Standards, working with engineers who were developing, at that time, missile fuses. So I've really had a wonderful life and exposure to different areas of mathematics, and I just feel very blessed that I came along at a time when opportunities opened up for people of color. And I have certainly benefited by the education I received, but most important, I benefited by the push and we got from family and community. The family and community are very important, and some of that is missing now because you just don't have that sense of community like we used to have. So that's my story in brief.
And now, Dr. Granville, you're going to talk about problem solving?
Yes.
I mean, we're mathematicians, and at heart, she's a mathematician. And many of you don't like word problems. My students, I know you don't like word problems. And so she's going to give you some problem-solving techniques. Maybe they will help you next week, okay? And there's a handout on the back of the crossword puzzle. If you are able to fill this out, let me know and give it to me when you're done. But on the other side are some lists of problem-solving techniques, and she'll talk about them. This is
Okay, I don't know how much writing I'll do.
Well, I have chalk for you.
Okay, this is a list of problem-solving strategies that I came up with some time ago, and I listed all the possible problem-solving strategies that might be used in mathematics or in mathematical thinking or in everyday life. And just looking, I'm just going to run down the list. The first one, of course, is the easy one. It's kind of easy in a way. Systematic exploration. We used to call it guess and test, trial and error, and we sometimes do that. The one I like most of all, I think is one of my favorite, is to look for a pattern. Look for a pattern. The third one, make a list of logically possible solutions, and by process of elimination, throw out the ones that aren't possible and then come to a conclusion. And the next one, draw a picture. And I think, first of all, we're going to talk about that one first. This is a fun problem. And actually, I found it in a text, not a book. And I somehow, over the years, I lost track of this book. But it was a problem that when I first saw it in the book, I thought immediately, I'll set up two equations, two unknowns, the typical way. But here's the problem. In a farmyard, in somebody's farmyard, there are chickens and pigs. Chickens and pigs. And you send me to let you know how many pigs and how many chickens are in the farmyard. Okay, so I go and I dutifully, check out how many pigs and how many chickens are in the farmyard. And I come back and I'd say to you, I counted 19 heads and 60 feet. And you look at me and said, what? I want to know how many pigs and how many chickens are there. And I said, well, I just told you there are 19 heads and 60 feet. Well, how are you going to solve this problem? Well, let's see. Let's go down the list. Well, the first thing, I gave this to a group of people, a group of students, or I think they were grown, and I think they were mathematicians. And of course, what the first thing they said? Set up equations, Let C equal the number of chickens. Let P equal the number of pigs. As I said, chickens and pigs. Did I say chickens and pigs? Okay. I sometimes have two other animals. Chickens and pigs. So the first thing they say is set up two equations and two unknowns. And I said, no, I'm giving this to a third grade class or a fourth grade class, and they don't know anything about algebra. So then someone said, well, maybe we can just guess and text, systematic exploration. I said, yeah, but people at the third grade level, they don't know anything about guessing and testing and, systematically going through numbers. And I said, no, the third and fourth graders just can't handle those two. And so we go down the list, use a variable, no. Look for a formula, no. Use a physical model, well, we're not gonna put pigs and chickens in the yard because we don't know how many to pick anyway. So I finally said to them, oh, this is the fourth one down, 1, 2, 3. Draw a picture. Draw a picture. And they looked at me like, draw a picture. I said, draw a picture to solve the problem. There are 19 heads and 60 feet. And I'm telling the third graders, the fourth graders, maybe even fifth graders, to draw a picture. I wouldn't insult you by asking you to draw a picture, but I'm just testing you today. How would you draw a picture to solve this problem? 19 heads and 60 feet. Draw a picture to solve the problem. Tell me how to do it. The first one who gets it, he gets an A for the semester. No, and no more, this can't be teachers, no teachers can answer. Okay, how are you gonna do it?
The chicken is going to have 2 legs. The pig is going to have 4 legs.
You have to talk louder, I'm half deaf.
The chicken is going to have 2 legs.
Yes,
The pig is going to have 4 legs.
yes.
So when I do the 4 legs, I will calculate how many is going to be in the 60. I will do 2 for chicken.
Chickens have 2 feet, we all agree, right?
Yes.
Pigs have 4 feet, and
Four.
no abnormalities, we agree. Okay, what does your picture look like?
So I'm going to draw the picture from A, like, let me use
You wanna
A.
come up and do it?
Yeah.
Is that okay? He's gonna draw the picture for us. Let's see what picture he's gonna come up with. Now, what are those? What are you
Pull the
putting?
board down?
Yeah, maybe we will. Can't use variables, not at the third grade.
See that chicken?
I like the drawing.
Oh, he's actually, he's very good. I was gonna draw circles. Now, are you gonna, but how do you know how many there are? I mean, how do you know that, how many chicken pictures you're gonna draw? How many?
So I'm just going to, since it's 19 eggs,
19 heads.
so I will, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the legs of this one 4 feet,
Yeah.
divide by 60.
Okay, 60 divided by 4. Yeah.
That will be 20.
15.
I don't know where that came from. You'll have to give us more explanation.
4. He's nervous.
I'll stand out of the way.
You got all
It's
the
amazing I
people
can stand. Does that mean so far we had 4 pigs?
Yeah.
How do you know there are 4 pigs?
Now we have 5 pigs right now. This is 1, 2, 3.
How do you know there are 5?
This is 1.
How do you know there are 5?
I'm drawing the pictures.
Well, how do you know there are 5?
Each pig has 4 legs.
Yeah,
Each pig has 4 legs.
yeah,
Each pig has 4 legs.
Yeah.
Each has 4 legs.
right.
So from there I calculate, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So how many feet have you used up so far?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You've used up 20 so far. How do you know there are 5 pigs there?
Because of the picture.
How do you know that there are 5 pigs?
Well, she divided
It
it.
could be just 4.
Do you need a lifeline?
I don't think he's on the right track, because he's already assumed what? That there are 5 pigs, right? And it could be only 3. What made you think there are 5?
No, I'm not finished yet. I'm trying to get this one too. So when I calculate, when I have 60, I'll be able to know.
When you get to 6,
When I have less than 60 feet,
yeah.
I'll be able to know which one should be. I'll be able to differentiate between the chicken and the pig.
Well, that might take a while.
I think you need a lifeline. Are you ready to see the lifeline?
I'm ready
You ready to go?
Dr. Granville,
Yes,
first of all, I admire your comment.
that's all right.
I just wanted to run her up just in case I look like a fool.
I don't have anything to give out, so.
I don't think it's enough information for us to figure out an answer to that question.
Okay, she says there's not enough information. Somebody in the back, gentleman in the back. Is there enough information?
Yes.
Okay, is he a teacher?
No.
Okay, he's a
Okay.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Well, the first thing you should do is you should stick like 19 H's across the board.
19 what?
19 H's, because you said
H?
19, yeah, H stands for head.
Oh, a head.
So we know there's
Can I draw-
19
Can I draw a circle
Yeah,
instead?
you can do that, but there's 19
Okay,
of
you
these
come on
things.
up. I think he's on the right track. I think he's on the.
Yeah.
you wanna draw
Now, this guy
19
won the chess tournament, so he was a little bit of a high achiever.
He's gonna draw 19 heads.
Okay, well, this is good, I can leave that, well, just assume, well, across here, we got like 19 of these things, right?
Well, draw the head.
Okay, yeah.
Just draw circles, just
Okay.
draw circles.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
You might have to come a little
10,
more.
11, 12, 13, 14,
Keep going.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now,
Now, they're the heads. We don't know whether they're chickens or
Okay.
pigs.
now we know that the pigs have 4 legs, right?
Yeah.
And the chickens have 2.
Yeah,
And there's a total of 60.
yeah.
So somewhere along this line is where you figure it out, like you'll cross off some of these things are gonna
Okay,
be.
well, then what's your next step? What's your next step? What's the next step? You got 19
We're gonna,
pigs.
this is where I'm gonna guess and test a little bit.
No,
Like,
no, no, no,
I have to.
no, no. He's got to, no guessing
Okay.
and testing. Every head,
Yeah.
what shall we do with every head?
Multiply by 2.
Beg pardon?
Multiply by 2.
I mean, put 2 on every,
2.
okay, this young lady says, put 2 feet on
every
each
head.
head.
On each
In
head.
that case, you equal
No,
38.
no, put it on there, put it on there.
Okay.
Yeah, just draw,
Sure.
yeah, draw.
Then that'll give you 38. And then you'll have 12 left. And then you draw your 3 pigs.
You can get
The 3 pigs times 4. I want my
There's a special prize for people who, at the end. So we'll write you down as one of the.
And so what happens last step?
Okay, and now how many feet have not been assigned?
12.
And so how many more heads get 2 more feet?
No. We have the pigs.
You have 13.
12, you got 6.
We got the pigs.
6 of them get 2 more feet.
6 of them. Yeah,
Okay.
6.
6 of them.
Okay.
And there you have it. There's your picture. Draw 19 heads. We know that every head gets 2 feet.
Yes.
And so there's some feet left over. And of course, at the 3rd grade level, the teacher could have the heads and the feet, of some manipulatives, and the children could then go ahead and put the feet on each head. And then they could make each head a chicken or a pig. Very good.
Is that you who got that?
Our vice president got that, yeah. Hey. Very nice.
I'm gonna give you, just remember those numbers, okay? Now, here's another problem. I want you to solve it immediately.